CPU's... Oh, look. CPU's gone to 70%. The second we've gone live. Right, we're live.
Oh, right. Hello, everybody. Great to see you. I hope I find you well. We're here on another Monday night up in the loft with Weird, myself, Jenny Kirk, and Cupboard Monkey.
Hello.
But we've got Gronksy here with us, enjoying the view of Weird as trains go around, and we've got a bumper crop of news for you. Absolutely.
So much news that the CPU has gone from the 17% it was at when I pressed go live to 70%.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. It's gone back. Ooh, now, why has it suddenly gone up? What is running?
Because it hates everything.
Because it hates you.
I'm going to quickly check. While you talk...
Yeah, check it's using hardware acceleration.
That's what I'm looking for.
So, anyway, hope you're all well. We have got in the chat... Flying with Chairman 1, Joshua, oh yeah, everybody type really quick, just to Jenny.
No, video encoder is software. It's
Richard Grutas, Alex the Train Boy, Richard Knowles, Anthony Neal, Jordan Hunter, Trakio, Railways, Exa, Can, 42, Yaharik, Awesome Bricks, Caroline Rogers, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Kingfisher 1487, Stefan Svensson, Hillside Junction Railway, Marcus Muggins, DJK666, Daryl Lewis, ZM8DZ, Mr. Pell, that's Mr. Pell to you, Bro Toys Channel, Malco Blues, Sarah Davis, 74, Dave the Train S, Andy Fryers Junction, Ben Tullett, Class 92 Rail Freight, Valleys 56, XX, Dean Fielding, Hobby Driver, Spellio Care, Rose Wild Productions, and Nigel Cole, Warbler Productions as well. Great to see you all. Hope I find you well. So, well, it's been an eventful weekend. We have been away. I say we. The Cupboard Monkey was allowed a day off for moderately okay behaviour.
I had my annual day off.
Yes, you did. It's like, take a quick holiday. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Get back to work. Anywho, no. I went with my father to the Doncaster show, the Festival of British Railway Modelling, and it's always a great show for the trade, and my father really, really wanted to come, and he made out like a bandit with Hornby 00. Ryan Tune 12244, member for 9 months, brilliant to have you on board, brilliant Monday Club live stream, thank you so much. And Stephen M. Clay 8903 has incredibly kindly donated 10 New Zealand dollars on the Super Chat. Thank you so much for your generosity. Alex the Train Boy says, I know it was a pleasure to meet you on Saturday. Yeah, pleasure likewise to meet you. So many people. It's always an honour to talk to you guys and to actually meet the people who watch the videos and watch the stream. I'm always humbled by the support that my content gets. But I was there with my father, and he was making out like a bandit with the Hornby 00. He picked up actually some really good stuff. One of the Stovar 6-wheel super detail coach brakes for about £3. Couldn't believe our luck with that. It's one of those moments when you're collecting. The thrill of the chase is always worthwhile in collecting, but to find something that's worth a lot of money is really quite rare, and getting it for a knockdown price really is pretty good going. So, you know what? It was in a rummage box as well, so we feel that we saved it from being rummaged to pieces.
I'm always worried when I see die-cast in the rummage box, because you know it's going to rub on the other die-casts that are in the rubbish.
Well, they were in polythene bags at least, which did help
a bit.
Ben Tullett asks Zoe, did we get any of the Backman announcements correct for the bingo? Actually, yeah, because I saw online and RM Web, amongst other places, it's like people, you look at the posters and go, you're taking the pee, aren't you? Please tell me you're taking the pee. You cannot be serious by just, like, and they'll type, like, with like, straight face. Nothing in it for me. Why couldn't they have done the 3 times rocket? I'd have thought it would have been very popular. And of course, the 009 rant. That was the golden child.
We had to put the 009 rant. There's a thing that I've noticed. 009 is getting very hard to get.
Yeah.
And every single time we go to a show that's got 009, Every single layout has the same things on it.
Yeah, because unfortunately, once again in the Bachmann announcements, they did not announce any more 009. And I was really hoping for another run of the Baldwins. Now, a lot of people always ask me what my pickups were. And I didn't actually spend, well, I did spend a chunk of cash.
Jenny, do you want to be honest?
I bought 120 quid Bachmann Baldwin in 009 second hand. They do have quite, they're holding their prices because they're really hard to get. But it was, I've already got 3 Bachmann Baldwins, lovely models. I bought my 4th, and I'll reach over and get it. I've had a bit of a trial and tribulation.
Before we go into that, shall we run VT and then you can come back with your rant?
With my rant? Okay, settle in, it's the internet. I've got a rant. Oh, hold on.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
So, we are back. Welcome back here to the Monday Club. Don't forget to tickle that like button. Consider sharing us to social media because it's a really great way to share the love of the Model Railway online community where everybody is welcome. Right, anyway, did promise you I'd share my pickups. So here we have the locomotive that I bought, mint in box, and really quite pleased to find it. It's the weathered, but factory weathered Bachmann Baldwin in 009, number 778 in its original War Department livery. But this locomotive is actually one of, I think it's either 5 or 6 that are preserved in the UK. This one's actually at the Leighton Buzzard.
Excuse me, sorry, I just exploded.
So, sorry for the Billy's replacement speakers
Billy's
moment.
replacement nostrils.
Yes, yes. So this is actually preserved Leighton Buzzard Light Railway. You can actually ride behind this, although I think at the moment it's partially dismantled for some work.
Tax reasons.
No, not for tax reasons. Although when we were there earlier this year, actually, they just started dismantling it. Yeah, Anthony says Zoe just blew the speakers.
Sorry.
Alex the train boy says, good heavens, that scared the life out of me. And Yaharik says, ouch. Ham Shackleton says, Zoe, do you want your false teeth sending back?
I don't have any false teeth.
Yeah, not anymore.
Thanks to a university experience with contact sports, I may need some in the future. Yeah. But at the moment, all my teeth are held together with scaffolding and willpower.
Yeah, Andy Fryer's Junction says we'll see that Baldwin at the exhibition in April at the railway. Of course, yes. We're going to be there with Minith Tatus Newith at the Leighton Buzzard model show. That's going to be great fun, and hopefully this time, fingers crossed, I get to ride the full line. We went and it was the first day of the Santa Express, and it turned out they weren't running the full line. And it was like we got to the run round loop, and they went, why have we stopped? Why is the locomotive going past? And now, I want to go that way. Bye bye. So I didn't get to ride the full line. I was a bit disappointed.
But we did see Santa.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, and that was what was that the weekend after we'd seen Santa at Trago Mills?
No, the week before.
The week before. Yeah, so we got to see Santa at Trago Mills again. Yes. And he said, ho, 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 what are you doing here? We're just here for the train ride.
Yeah.
No need for the present, Santa, just here for the train ride.
Can we have this photo, though, because people
Well,
won't believe us
obviously.
otherwise.
Welcome to the Jenny Kirk membership, Kingfisher 1487. Great to have you aboard. Thank you so much. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch. So I went to DCC Fit this, and as always, tested it on DC first. Worked fine, and in fairness to the retailer I got it from, they would have tested it on DC. It ran fine, but there was a fault with the circuit board, so when I put a decoder in, it was causing a short. Luckily, and this is why you always test your locomotive on your programming track first, that doesn't damage the decoder. So it told me that there was a serious fault, and I tried different decoders, tried testing the decoder. I had been using it on my decoder tester, and in the end I tracked the fault down to the circuit board. No idea what was faulty on the circuit board. I suspect there was probably bridged pins somewhere on the next 18 socket, but there's no way I could fix that myself. So I ended up hardwiring a Zen Blue Plus decoder, which is really quite small. The reason I chose that is because it's small enough to fit in here when hardwiring, and it would also allow me 2 lighting functions, because this has working lights. I've also fitted it with an AE tentacle stay alive, so it runs like a champ. And then, because if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck, the front headlight has only gone and popped today. So it's like, oh great, yeah. So rear headlights does still work.
For now.
I think it may be something to do with, I should have put a resistor in. So I'm going to have to dismantle it again, put a resistor in, and see if I can change the actual LED in the front light socket.
LEDs are cheap these days. Should be all right.
It's a nano LED.
Nano LEDs are fairly cheap.
I do have. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have some. So that's a work in progress. But I also painted up a crew that I found in my scrap box. And I think one of them is from the Hornby XL&Y Pug. They certainly used to ship with a little man going forward,
which you've put backwards.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
You've gone reverse.
Yeah, so when it goes backwards, there's somebody looking where they're going.
Yeah.
But he's the same guy who I shared a picture, and not the same guy, but it's the same figure as the you there, sort of.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
on your little thing, yeah.
RG Models 86 Backman do have spares, and yes, with hindsight, maybe I should have bought all new circuit boards. But it does then make it more and more expensive. Please check the hopper wagon behind the Gronk. It looks like it's running on the ballast.
Ooh.
Behind the Gronk? No, it's that behind the Gronk. That seems fine actually. No, we're good.
Right,
we're good.
As long as it's good.
If it was
Is
running,
there another one going?
no, I think that's the only Gronk that's going.
Because the other one's your bigger diesel, yeah.
Yeah. So I suspect that that's okay. Bro Toys channel says I managed to bargain down Backman Spencer to 120 quid from 129. Boom!
Nice.
And don't forget, people, using your Monday Club badge discount is always the way ahead. And that brings us neatly onto the first great news here tonight on the Monday Club. Of course, badge time. We've been promising this for a month, but due to
issues outside of our control.
Yeah. We now have them. So which colour is that you're bringing up? We're gonna make it very big. Right. She's shown you the wrong one first.
This is purple.
Is it? It looked blue on the camera.
It looks blue on the camera, but it is actually purple.
So, yeah, because if I hold that there, right, we've got 2 different colours. And so there we go. They look the same on the camera.
They do.
Yeah.
Give me a second and bring in a separate light.
Yeah, I think it's just the resolution on the webcam, Otron. So this one is Caledonian Blue, and the other one is Royal Purple. Oh, yeah, I can kind of see the difference. Believe me, in real life, there's a lot of difference.
This one is definitely purple. I am looking at it with my own face.
Now, they went initially on sale via Sawyer model. So if Phil Parker's watching from BRM, we were not selling them. just like drop some badges, because that's not allowed. If you haven't paid for a pitch, then it's really quite rude and not allowed to just sell stuff if you've not actually paid to sell stuff there.
Of course.
So we partnered with Sawyer Models, and early birds were able to pick up the royal purple badges there for a £5. We sold quite a few, but we still got plenty left, so they are now open for order. You'll find them on the All Mouse Media website. They're probably going to be what?
I'd like to point out, because we've had some questions straight away, are there any of the yellow ones left? On the website, you can at the moment order a purple or a yellow. I will be removing the
and
yellow.
The yellow.
Yes, you can order both.
We will adjust. I don't know if it'll try and charge you postage for both, but we will adjust the postage, because there's like after a certain number, how many is it you can order before the postage rate changes? Is it 4 or 5?
5, and then the postage would have to go up. I've got it set so that postage is £2.50, and that goes up to 5. 5 is the maximum you can have, and that should mean that if you want more than that, which is a bit weird, then you'd have to order twice.
But at the moment, the ochre badges, you can order them at the same time. So if you want an ochre badge, order an ochre badge at the same time as your royal purple one. We have been asked about other colours. Can you make me full screen? Not me. Make the layout full screen again.
Why are you in the middle? Oh, this is from when we were doing the
experimenting with the let's broadcast to people who can't hold their phones properly.
No, the vertical format.
Anthony Neal says lots of Jenny badges seen at Donny. Absolutely right. And those people who are asking about the blue one, this is the Caledonian blue one.
Yes,
you may have seen a couple of people sporting these. Now, this is something new, and we wanted to reward people who come on the show as a guest, and this is part of the check-ins that we've started doing. Well, that's what we call it. We have had people on in the past.
Yes.
But if you actually get to come on the Monday Club as a guest, so that's either over Facebook video or in person in the loft, some people do, then we will be giving the blue badge to them. So effectively, at this stage, the blue badge is an exclusive only to people who are guests on the channel, and I will extend that to when we're doing interviews with manufacturers. So you may see people from manufacturers sporting blue ones, and that's why. But they're not available to buy at this time. We do have quite a lot of them, because you order the minimum order numbers like 300. So at some point we may put blue ones on sale, but it's unlikely to be for quite a long time. What do you want to have, Monkey? I see you.
Yes, I always, instead of jumping in, I put my hand up so that when you finish talking, you know that I want to say something. So, the idea of the check-in comes from a long-term friend of the channel, Sven at Tramfabrik.
Yes.
Sven's a great guy, and he gave us this idea of what he calls the check-in.
Yeah.
Basically, model railway enthusiasts, manufacturers, people that make videos on YouTube, people like that, check in and tell us what the model industry is like from their point of view, what the hobby's like, and how they're getting on. That's what it's all about. It's basically a way of us making it a proper interactive.
Absolutely, and we want people to be able to show that they've been on the show. Valley's 56XX, member for 47 months. Thank you for your continuing support. Says nearly 4 years of fun. Thanks, Jen and Zoe. You're absolutely welcome. Richard Knowles asks, I wouldn't mind another maroon badge. Now, unfortunately, previous colours, the only one that we've actually got a small number of is the ochre one. Posh yellow.
That's not true.
Hey, what?
There are 2 green ones that I found in a bag under the stairs when I was cleaning stuff out.
Oh yeah,
I still don't know how they got there.
So the Cupboard Monkey found 2 green ones. I know a few people have been asking about green ones, but blue ones, the dark blue ones, which was the first run, forget it.
There aren't
so
any.
many people have asked me about those. I think we possess 2. And one of them is on the wall up here, and the other one
is on my cardigan.
On her cardigan. even I don't have one to wear.
Well,
But
if
there
you
are
bought my
two.
cardigan, you could have one.
Yeah. So there are two. How would people go about getting a maroon one? Because I can almost feel the question being.
We don't have a maroon one. We have two greens.
Green ones. Sorry, I had maroon on the brain.
The green ones. Look,
I think
it's on a first come first served basis. If you order something and send me your order number saying, "Can I replace that colour with a green one?" If I still have one, I will say yes.
And if you don't have one,
And if I don't have one, I'll refund you.
yeah, unless you put in the notes if you're happy for having it like an extra royal purple one or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally there are two. She's saying there are two.
Literally two. They're sat on our
Although actually, DJK666 says maybe the remaining green ones could be a prize. I don't know how we do it, to be honest. I think really it's just a case of get ordering very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. DJK666 says, I just found a thing. Ooh. Oh, scrape that shoe.
Don't shout about it. Everyone will want one.
Yes.
Jen, what's in the news?
Right. At Doncaster, sad to report that TMC had somebody attempt quite brazenly to steal 2 locomotives from their stand. And apparently they were caught because a very vigilant customer spotted them unzipping their rucksack and just helping themselves. And like the actual damn cheek of some of these people is unbelievable.
It's shocking. It really is.
Thankfully, they were apprehended. Now, I'm just going to double check. I actually asked TMC. Yes. So, yes, the individual. Obviously, the locomotives were taken back, and they were kicked out of the show. So
Good.
they had the ignominy of being marched to the door by security, and I'd like to think that they sort of slung them to the pavement, but they probably just said, and stay out. Now, I'd like to think that Warner's have got details and basically banned this person from any Warner's event.
Yeah.
I would hope that that's what happened. I don't know whether that's what
Warner's
happened.
are fairly on the ball, I would say.
Yeah, and you know there's they're not going to tolerate that kind of scum at all either. There's no incentive for them to tolerate that kind of scum, nor would they want to. So I'd like to think that actually that individual has been banned from all Warner's events. And my guess is that if they're recognised at future events, then they will be marched out by security. However, Howard said he's not sure how it was handled from there. Although, it's like so he said apparently his rucksack was full of other models.
That does not surprise me.
And obviously can't prove that they've been stolen from other stands. The guy says, "Oh, well, these are the 2 I stole from you," and then just handed back the 2 he'd been caught for. But it's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And you know, it does make me wonder whether it might be an idea that some of the big show organisers perhaps get together. You know, people like Warner's, Key Model World. And also, as well, I think people like the MRC and other organisers of shows. And, you know, if people are actually caught stealing, you know, why not have a unwelcome list?
Yeah.
You know, perhaps it's time that we stop being worried about the rights of criminals and just went, not welcome, get lost.
Personally, I've never been worried about the rights of criminals. I would fully have a bar list.
Yeah.
The same way Pub Watch does it. You get a message around, that person's not welcome now.
Yeah, but it's diabolical behaviour, and it would be nice to know that there was some kind of system that could be put in place to stop these people getting in the first place. Because some of these people are stealing models off stands. It's not a victimless crime. You know, somebody steals a model off a stand. You know, that's a big chunk of of cost to a retailer for being at the event. You know, that is, you know, it's not a victimless crime at all.
And not only that, but some of these retailers, there's always someone, and I'm not saying that anyone in the chat's going to say this, but there's always someone that'll say, oh, well, they're big companies, they can take it.
No.
Like, a lot of these retailers are small traders
Often
who can't afford to have someone steal a very expensive locomotive.
Often family businesses, and you're talking about the difference between making a profit and actually struggling to make a profit.
Yeah. So at some point, if this keeps happening, those retailers are not going to come to the events.
And then you think, what else are these people stealing? Are they picking pockets? All that. There's picking up other people's bags when they're at a stall, buying something. Oh, I'll just grab your bag that you put down for one moment.
I'll just grab something out the top. You'll not notice that, and then they're off.
So before you know it, these people really, we don't want them at our events.
Yeah, we don't want that. That's time that we took a stand and said, people that steal are not welcome. And this shouldn't be something that we have to say. Livestream
Nick says TTD Diecast lost some stuff as well on the Saturday. I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't be surprised if there was some of the stuff that was in the bag. I think maybe it's time that organisers of shows, people like Warner's as well, Key Model World, need to actually get together and say, look, we banned this person because we caught them doing this, it's unacceptable, and actually give other organisers the opportunity to say, we don't want them at our show as well. And Nigel Cole, 1936, says they should certainly be banned by the venue and by the organisers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Anthony, it was so busy on the Saturday, you could hardly move. I think that's the busiest that I've seen the Doncaster show. But also, staying on the subject of TMC, they've also announced a range of TT buildings being done for them by Bachmann Scenecraft, but they're specifically in TT 120. And before anybody asks, these are completely new, completely bespoke buildings. They're not a rerun of any that were commissioned by other retailers. They're not a rerun of any that have appeared anywhere else. These are completely new and were announced over the weekend.
And I've already got a bit of a wish list for them. There's a bookshop in there that looks amazing. A little coffee shop, a motor parts shop, the kind of thing that you would put if you were having a small town, things like that in your town scene. They looked amazing. So I thought, yes.
Kingfisher 1487 says, at the Swansea show, we had a photo of the one who stole from one of the stands at the Great Gathering. We always keep an eye out for people. Yeah,
excellent.
I think was that the CCTV footage that was... we see so much about stuff being stolen at events. What I would actually say is it's probably the same few people. So the scumbag who got caught stealing from TMC may well be the same person who's done all this other thieving. Because, thieving once, why stop there? And it sounds like they had a rucksack full of stuff. And I honestly, if they're going to quite brazenly steal 2 locomotives from TMC like that, why would they be stopping to pay for anything else?
Of course they're not. Wouldn't surprise me if they also snuck in.
Andrew Moy Jones asks, Jennifer, will you look at TT120? We have done some videos on TT120.
Check the JK2 channel.
JK2 channel is where we tend to now put stuff. I have done a review of the Easterner set. Really quite pleased with that. We will be doing on the JK2 channel, well, the Cupboard Monkey will, doing a small micro layout build. But what you've got to remember is that I'm spread quite thin. 00, obviously, 009, but also O gauge for the garden. So I'm
5mm.
Sorry, 5 inch.
5 inch. Sorry,
5mm is tiny. That's like Z gauge. So I'm spread quite thin.
Yeah.
However, the Cupboard Monkey is not. So that's
I have
more
2
in her
sizes:
wheelhouse.
N gauge and TT120. Wait till you see what's coming up on JK2.
Richard Grooters asks, is it true the blue badges give you special parking rights?
No, but they do give you special powers.
They give you bragging rights, I'll give you that. And they also, like all of the other Monday Club badges, both past and present, including that new royal purple one, they do give you access to the unique discounts for in-person shopping for Monday Club. It's from a whole host of different retailers, and of course at the Doncaster Festival of British Railway Modelling there were quite a few different retailers who were part of the discount scheme, including West Hill Wagon Works, TMC, Sawyer Models, Frisinghall Models and AGR Model Railways, just to name a few which I can think of. Right, next up, I'm going to bring up on the screen, we have got Daypol announced newly tooled JNA Y Hawk wagons in 00. Now we're taking this from the Rails website, and I don't think these are exclusives, but
I don't think they're exclusives either, but they do look rather nice.
Absolutely, due Q4.
Ooh.
So yeah, if you like do the clicky, there's a number of different images. These appear to be test shots from the mould. The one engineer samples in grey.
Nicely detailed.
And the renders were the ones in colour. So these look really nice. Newly tooled models replicating the modern era engineering wagons, utilising the highly acclaimed Daypol OO gauge MRA model as a base, with new body and improved chassis, bogies and buffers.
It looks lovely. It really does. That's why I brought that one up.
So there's some really great models coming through from Daypol, it must be said.
Yes, they're doing good
I know
stuff.
that some people moan about, Daypol stuff is cheap and cheesy. But actually, there's so many new tooled models in the Daypol range.
I don't think I can say Daypol are cheap and cheesy, to be honest with you. I think people that say that are attacking
there's some
them,
of the older wagons.
Yeah, are attacking them for the wrong reasons. There's nothing wrong with what I see with what they supply. Especially in Engage. I love the stuff.
Yeah. So, what else was in the news? You were supposed to prompt me about all of these?
Is that something? I just picked that as well. I think we may have covered this during the announcements.
That's like a special. So
fair enough. Well, in that case,
get rid of that.
There is one thing.
What?
Model U.
Yes! Yes, I knew there was something else. Also, you may have seen on the Monday Club Facebook page group that I shared a picture. It's very kindly supplied by Model U. So anybody going, oh, that's a lovely layout. Oh, Jenny, well done. Not my layout. It's Model U's layout. And they showed off some colour prints of myself and the Cupboard Monkeys. So these will be the same models that you've been able to buy for some time. But actually, what we've actually now got is they've produced them for the first time in, let's have a look, just, which?
Large.
That one?
Yes. My goodness.
So I'm being a bit stupid. So there we go. Right. So this is me and the Cupboard Monkey from Model U, and a huge thank you to Model U for letting us share this picture. So those are the first prints of us that have been made available in colour.
Yeah, these aren't painted. These are 3D printed in colour.
Yeah, so that's how they come, and we're hoping. I believe that the plan may well be to release these as an item that you can buy. So gone are the days where you have to have a very steady hand for painting. And when you look at those, I honestly thought they'd photoshopped real pictures of us into a scene.
Can I just point out?
Oh yeah, you're still wearing the same.
This is the cardigan.
Yeah,
it's got the colours right.
Yeah, it's even got the colours right. With the kind of graduated colour difference. That is incredible. I mean, it really is us. Now, obviously, I've lost a bit of weight since then. Been working.
I found it.
Yeah, no. I would like to take. I would have liked to have taken credit for the weight loss, but unfortunately, Manjana has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting on that one. But there we go.
Hey, if you need to go for store-bought, then go for it.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it for health reasons. I've never felt better.
Yeah.
So there we go, and hopefully these are going to be made available to buy. So I know that Sawyer Models are really eager to stock these.
Your top is graduated as well.
Yeah.
It's a stripe like the one that you're wearing.
Yeah.
It's not just grey.
Yeah, I know. This is brilliant, this. When you look
That's
at this,
incredible
just
detail.
how incredible it is. But anyway, so there we go. If you want to buy these, they're not on their website. They're not officially available yet. But what I would suggest is drop Model U a line and ask them about buying them, because, you know, if loads of people are going, oh, can I buy that? Can I buy that? Then they'll, I suppose, instead of saying, we keep telling people there's no demand for it, they go, oh, there's demand for it. So, as far as we're aware, they may well be made available, and we're hoping that you'll be able to certainly get them through Sawyer Models, is one of the retailers that's expressed an interest in stocking them. Sarah Davis, I don't know whether they print in colour for N-gauge. I honestly think that they can print in any scale from Z right up to 1/16th, I think.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah. Oh, what did you just press?
I've brought up the next piece of news.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was about to read the chat. So if you
Yeah,
could refrain.
I had to get this ready, but I'm bringing up the next piece of news. There you go.
Right, so we've got a birthday. Joanna Harris, 1153, says, "Happy 8th birthday to our daughter Olivia Reed. Her and her dad Simon love the Monday Club." Oh, well, it's really great to have you aboard.
Well,
and
obviously.
I think there's a song.
Happy birthday to you, squash tomatoes and stew, bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you. So, congratulations to you, 8. Gosh, I'd like to say I remember being 8, but it was so long ago. I vaguely remember being 8.
I remember being 7. And I remember thinking, I like being 7. I want to be 7 forever. And now I look back and go, no, you don't.
No.
But also, anybody who tried to utilise the time that we didn't have the chat on screen to sneak in, Gandalf. I think we've got some latecomers.
And some biscuits.
Yeah, leave. Gandalf, are you gonna
Oh,
tell?
that was nice.
Yeah, you're gonna tell the latecomers.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they hurry. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And Simon Pitcher says, "Good for you, Jen. My wife has lost 5 stone for an operation using injections."
Nice.
Yeah, to be honest, it's like there should be no shame whatsoever in going to the injections. They have given so many people a great lease of life, and for health reasons, there's why not? And for a lot of people, dieting and exercising doesn't make any difference. Believe me, did try all that. It just doesn't work.
There was actually an experiment about that. Across different cultures, in different areas of the world, it turns out that exercise does not affect how much you lose weight. It's all diet.
Yeah, and it's like, for a long time, it felt like my body was metabolizing air into mass. But anyway, there we go. Nigel Cole says, "I lost 6 stone on the weight loss jabs."
Nice.
It's brilliant. And you think, I mean, the reduced stress on your joints, reduced stress on your organs. Yeah, the health benefits are really quite huge. So well done. Anybody who gets snooty about it,
anyone who gets snooty about it can come and see me, and I'll sit on them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on the weight loss jabs, and I'm still fat.
Yeah.
You will regret your words and deeds.
Spelly Akira says, "I lose pounds every time Rapido and Acura Scale make an announcement." Talking of which, we've also had an announcement from Rapido that the Evolution coaches are nearly here. This is batch 1 anyway. And I think that this is going to be the product that keeps on giving. This is very much an evergreen product for Rapido, being produced in a variety of different liveries. I think we're going to be seeing batches of these for quite some time to come.
Nice.
And batch 1 is, I think it includes things like Highland Railway, which would be great for going
Stuff
with
that you don't
the
get
Jones
a lot of.
goods. Yeah.
Oh, this is brilliant. I love the fact that we're getting more and varied rolling stock. So all the pretty trains
can actually run.
Sarah Davis says, I once managed to lose 5 kilograms in an afternoon thanks to a lovely lemony drink. Was that Pickleax by any chance?
Oh, no.
Right. Yeah. So there we are. And RG Models 86 says, I've got quite a few liveries coming and Evolution coaches coming soon. Yeah, I think they're going to be a real standout model in the same way that things like the Hatton's Genesis coaches and the Hornby generics really were a revelation. I think that these coming from Rapido will be likewise. We also had an announcement last week, actually, in the EFE rail range, that their London and South Western Railway Isle of Wight coaches were going to be released in a host of pre-grouping liveries.
Nice.
So they're also going to be available, giving some more variety in what-if pre-grouping coaching stock. We've also had an announcement that Acura Scale is the new home of the Hatton's Genesis coaches, and they have plans for producing more and more batches of those. So we really do have a wealth of certainly pre-grouping coaches of a variety of different designs, but also these were quite long lasting, so we're looking at getting them right through into BR liveries as well. And I think that this really is great news for the modeler. For so long, we've been starved of appropriate rolling stock to go behind all these pretty pre-grouping locomotives. And it was also really quite pleasing to see that the Great Central Railway Robinson 9J, better known to many people as the J11, has reappeared from Bachmann, including in that really quite pretty Great Central Railway livery. Now, they did do this as a special for the Collectors Club quite some time ago. I think it was one of the fastest selling out locomotives that they did. This is a new version, and that is a different running number, so those that got the original Collectors Club version, this will be suitable for you. And also, Mark Wilson, welcome to you. It's been so long. Yeah, we thought you got lost in the time stream. Maybe your flux capacitor had blown a cog back at your train spotting venture to 1972. It's great to have you back. We have missed you. So, Gandalf, come on. Welcome him back. Come on, Gandalf.
A Monday clubber is never late when they've got a DeLorean. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Zantex says, speaking of the Great Central Railway, have they reunited Loughborough and the Nottingham lines? Not yet, but they're working on it. The bridge over the middle of Main Line has gone in. That went in quite some time ago. They also have rebuilt the bridge over, I think it's the A60, just next to the Brushworks. That's on the Great Central Railway Northern section. That was one of the obstacles. And in fact, the last time I travelled on the Great Central Railway Northern, which was during one of their model railway events, I was exhibiting Grove Street Yard. That shows you how long ago it was. It was still the old bridge, and you could actually see through the holes in the rust. It was that badly gone. So that bridge has been replaced. The bridge over the Grand Union Canal, that has been fully refurbished. So I think the last stage is rebuilding where there's an embankment removed. There's some bridges there as well. They've got to build a viaduct on a slightly new alignment, and that is the next stage, and pretty much the final major stage to reconnect both parts of the Great Central Railway. And then we will have put right what was done wrong to it. And I can't believe that even as late as I think it was the late 70s, early 80s, they were still destroying, British Railways were still destroying parts of the infrastructure down there, which is now at great expense having to be put back. But finally, in other news, this is a big moment for everybody who grew up on Thomas the Tank Engine. And I know a lot of people have opined over the years that they absolutely despise what Mattel have done with this sort of this kidification, this horrible kind of like squidgy, stupid, cheap animation. Oh, how dare they do that? The good Reverend would really have been appalled with what they've done with his creation until now. So, Cupboard Monkey, you've looked into this an awful lot.
Yes.
What are we seeing on our screens? And you might even recognise some of these as classic poses from the Ringo Starr narrated TV series. You know, the good one before it went shite.
So, they've done this on purpose. This is Dovetail Games, who you may know create Train Simulator, Train Sim World, and all of that.
So they're not a flash in the pan. They've got a track record, if you pardon the pun.
Dovetail Games in Train Sim 5 and Train Sim 6 have launched Thomas the Tank Engine, and you can run Thomas the Tank Engine around the British Isles or America or wherever you want to run it.
But for the first time...
For the first time ever, this is a standalone game running on the Train Sim engine where you go to the Isle of Sodor.
So actually, the maps, and you'll have seen some of these from the trailer, I know it's been doing the rounds, but this, it's even got the correct music and the correct peep peep and choo choos of the trains. It's the Ringo Starr era. Let's not mess around, people.
This is the genuine article.
Yeah, so
and when I saw this, I had tears.
This is in-game footage as far as we're aware.
This is in-engine footage. The trains look right. They've got the locomotives, they've got the running stock, they've got the locations on the Isle of Sodor.
Yes, and when he goes peep peep, it's my childhood!
Yeah, this is what I will be buying the day it comes out. And here is a map of, and also the style of the layout for the game.
Oh, so that's like the in-game menu?
The mid-game menu. Look at the places.
Oh.
These are all the places that you'll know from the Thomas books.
I'm so happy.
Is that the final? Yes, it is. So
and it's like, I've been indifferent about Thomas the Tank Engine for quite some time because it's been ruined by Mattel. But here we are.
Yeah, now
we've gone back to what the Reverend would have approved of.
Yeah, here's the rolling stock, the back of them. There's the places.
Looks amazing.
It looks right. And here, because I know people will be wondering, these are the specs you need.
Right, so...
64-bit processor. Most laptops and desktops have it. 64-bit Windows, so 10 or 11.
It'll run on this computer!
It'll run on the computers we've got. And it requires 32 gigabytes, or 35 if you've got the space, so it doesn't have to keep decompiling things. It looks like it's going to run very easily. If you can run Train Sim, you can run this.
Absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much for this great news. I'm going to hit
that. So good.
As you can tell, this is my childhood being done properly. It is not being violated. It is not being bent over and molested by the Epstein files. This no, this like joking aside, this is like I'm having difficulty articulating my excitement for this because growing up, Thomas the Tank Engine was a massive influence on me. Just like it would have been on a lot of you guys.
Yeah, everyone's gone, what?
Okay, sorry about that. I don't want to belittle the fact that actually there's a lot of victims of the Epstein files.
Yes.
But that does mean that, for me, growing up, I remember when Thomas the Tank Engine first came to television. And when they trailed ahead for it, I was just glued to the TV. It's like I couldn't get enough of it. I just absolutely adored it because it was filmed with real models, and it was just amazing. I cannot begin to tell you how amazing that was for a child when that first came on. And for me, Ringo Starr will always be the voice of the narrator.
He will be the man. But you know how I was talking earlier on about how I had tears when I saw the trailer for the new Masters of the Universe, because finally the thing that had been central to my life had come back. Well, now you can see yours.
J.K. Hauser says, I can honestly say that wasn't on my things that Jen says bingo card.
Yes.
Griffey, this is the new Thomas the Tank Engine train sim. What is it? Train Sim World?
No, it's from the people who make Train Sim World. This
Right.
is a standalone.
So it's a standalone game, but you will want to get this because it's like you're playing the original Ringo Starr narrated TV series. It's even got the right peep peep and the chuffing sounds. It sounds like the what was it, Brit Allcroft era stuff, and it is so faithful to that. And I practically had tears in my eyes seeing this. And for so long, I've been indifferent to Thomas the Tank Engine, specifically because it's been ruined. They made it so it's like blooming Chuggington with these trains that sort of like squidge about and stuff. And it's like, no, this is
using the wheels as if they're hands.
Yeah, no.
But that's not what they are. That's not it.
That's not how trains work, and it really irritates me.
I had no problem with them having characters that do that.
Yeah, the new characters
it wasn't Thomas.
No, but it wasn't the new characters that bothered me. It was the way that they just made it like some kind of cheesy, low-budget cartoon.
Yeah. Like I say, I wouldn't have had any problem if it had been a different set of characters and it hadn't been called Thomas the Tank Engine. I'd have loved watching it, but no.
Right, we've also got some news on Blackpool Tramtown. Harrick, I'm sure somebody will share the link for the badges in the chat. It's the usual place, actually. It's the same place they've been forever.
What's wrong?
No, sorry, I've lost my place in the chat. Yeah, okay. Livestream Nick says it was the best childhood TV. Absolutely.
I'll fight you on that because He-Man was damn good.
Yeah. But I don't know whether Ringo Starr randomly narrates whilst you're on the game, Ben, till it's 68.
I would love that.
If
it's a DLC, so yeah.
Or even if it's just the introduction to each mission.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Seriously, I would pay DLC money to get Ringo Starr and narrating it, because that's going to cost.
I mean, come on, as fans, we'll all chip in for whatever his fee is. Come on, we'll cover it. There's
no release date yet. It is expected this year.
So we're looking forward to that. We've also got news on Blackpool Tramtown. And I know this has been a big deal. There's been a huge worry. It seemed to come out of nowhere that it was going to be shut down by the council. But we have news here from Blackpool Tramtown. It says, although Tramtown is closed until further notice, this is due to an electrical fault. We have some great news. As announced by the Blackpool South MP, Chris Webb, today, he has given £50,000 from the Pride of Place Fund to fix the electrics and allow Blackpool Tramtown to reopen. So they say keep checking Blackpool Tramtown social media for the reopening announcement. This is just the start. The next step is that Tramtown becomes part of the Blackpool Heritage Museum Trust charity, allowing them to generate the big national funding bids.
Oh, that's
wonderful news. This is great news. I know that there was a lot of worry that they were going to lose this forever, but there we are. Just been shown that news.
So yeah, 3 cheers for Chris Webb MP, because that's a guy that's actually looking after his area.
And Josh from Double M, I do understand, says, until its future is secured, I won't be applauding. This is definitely a big step forward. I think, and I know what you mean. Until we actually see something that says, like, they can't shut it down, like funding is secured, future is secured, everything's in place to ensure that malicious action can't shut them down. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But Richard Gruter says, last time I went to Blackpool, I went on a donkey. I will take car next time. It's quick.
Now, final piece of news that I can think of, Jen.
We have more news?
What's hanging up on your wall?
So, whilst I was at Doncaster, I met another YouTuber, actually, who's been through the same experiences as me with online bullying and hate campaigns.
From the same person?
From the same source. And they very, very kindly have given me this. It's sort of like a little miniature scene in a jar. So you can see in there's like a narrow gauge locomotive being repaired in what's left of its shed. and it really is quite exquisite. So this is done by Northgate Central. Very, very kindly, he gave this to me at the Doncaster show when I met him. And I know he's been going through an incredibly hard time. Just, in fact, if anything, it's hit him a lot harder than it's hit me. But thankfully, there's a lot of support, a lot of good support in this community. And I was very humbled by the number of people who actually came up to me at the show and said, look, hashtag I stand by Jenny, and say, they were appalled at what had happened to me and to other people.
And there are still liars out there spreading the lies that
but not as much as there was. Flymer Chen says, is that not a Baldwin that you got at Doncaster, Jenny? Well, not that.
Not that one.
It might be a 3D print of a Baldwin, actually. It's under like a tarpaulin. I got the Baldwin. It needs to go through some repairs. Unfortunately, I need to actually get to bed tonight, straight after the show. It's like the bad old days where I had to go straight to bed to get up really early in the morning to go to work. The reason for this is I'm messed up today, and I accidentally, for the first time in my life, I forgot to turn up for work because I was misreading my work schedule, and I was reading next week's work schedule where I'm not working Monday. I thought, oh, great, lie in. I got a message from work saying, why are you not over in Wakefield? Why is the vehicle still parked here? And then I realised I'd misread the dates. So normally I have Tuesdays off so that I can do Monday Club and not feel rushed at the end. But because I messed up, I said, look, if you can sort out for tomorrow so that the shooting schedule is not pushed back. And they do not like delays. But thankfully, it was possible to resort for tomorrow. So I'm going to Wakefield tomorrow, which would normally be my day off. But that's why I have to go to bed straight after the show. Right. Ben Tullett says, someone has been very naughty near me as the police helicopter is flying around. They do that around here as well.
Are you sure it's the police helicopter and not our cat? Our little cat Lottie, she, the way she purrs, it's like a police helicopter.
Yeah, Anthony says, Jenny causing confusion and delay.
Yep.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
So if your next episode of your favourite programme is a bit late, blame Jenny. It might not be her, but blame her anyway.
So there's quite a few of you buying the purple badge.
Thank you. You're going to give me
David
so much work.
Newby says, I bought my purple badge. Yay! Josh from Double M says, I 3D print Baldwins. Oh, excellent.
Cool.
Excellent. I wonder if that's one of your products. I think he must have got it from somewhere. But yeah, RG Models 86 says, my cat's purr sounds like the TARDIS.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So, just scanning back through the comments. Raymond Leggs says, never compare a person you don't agree with to Jimmy Savile. That's horrible. I completely agree with you.
It's absolutely disgusting behaviour.
Yeah, and especially when you know what transphobes would use that trope for it. It's a particularly galling thing to do. But obviously, anyway, we're going to move on.
The LGBT people in general from the 80s know exactly what that was.
Richard Gruter says there's a Guinness record for loudest purr. There's a Guinness record for most things, to be honest with you.
Yes. Wasn't one of them like the largest number of people in one place dressed as Mr. Bean or something like that?
Probably. I know there's things like they used to have ones like the most number of people you could fit in a VW Beetle or a Mini, or in a phone booth. But I think they discontinued those
for health reasons
because people were getting injured.
You've got a Guinness World Record.
I have, but first of all, John Walters 4792 says hello both and all. Sorry, I'm late. Gandalf.
A Monday Clubber is never late, total wagons. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Rick Morley says, my ID vaccine arrived today. Thanks for the suggestion. You're absolutely welcome. They are wonderful.
They are lovely.
So I'm going to move over back to this angle.
Back to this one. Back to the vaccine.
Yeah, can I just say, right, the everything above the retaining wall is an ID vaccine. I mean, the tree is a Primo Models tree, but that back scene over there, there you are. Do you want to just sort of touch it? You can see the shadow on it. That is an ID back scene, and look how good that looks. I'm not sponsored by ID back scenes. They don't send me anything for free, nor would I be asking for anything. The product is so good. I'm quite happy to pay sticker price because they're worth every penny. Yeah. So, and quite a large range. I actually also got. They do all sorts. Before anybody asks, what do they do? You name the scene, they've got it. Everything Mars. From. Apart from that, so I've even got one here. I bought this and I want to extend my sky upwards in certain places. So this is just pure cloudy sky. So I think it's like summer sky. Yeah, summer sky 501A. And that's going to go somewhere over that part of the layout when I get round to it.
Does that mean you have to move those pictures from Charlie?
No, it won't go quite that high.
Okay.
But they really are good. Really, really are good. Exarchon42 says, I know you've renumbered and weathered, but have you ever dabbled in a full repaint with new livery?
Yes,
yeah, actually,
we are.
I did. I repainted... well, I'm in my class 13, technically. The donor locomotives for that, one of them was in rail blue anyway, so it actually kept its coat of paint. But the other part was in Stratford yellow, and that got repainted into rail blue. But I also repainted into weathered BR green from, I think it was EWS or something like that, another 08. So I have done a few little repaints.
Also, we've got some projects coming up on JK2 of repaints, because I bought from, I think it was Anorex or Anonymous, it might have been someone else, at Shildon last year, a couple of N-gauge locomotives to do just that, and
it might have been.
We had a donation of a damaged Airfix style Gronk, which has been put in onto a chassis, and we've had that donated to make an Ecto Gronk for Ghostbusters.
Huh. Who are you going to call?
So watch out for those.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says, I use ID back scenes of Rocky Mountains in 00 on my N-scale layout. ID back scene requests, says Mark Waitman, Dark Side of the Moon. Well, yeah, it's just a sheet of black paper, isn't it? You could use...
It's a prism with some rainbows on it.
Oh, no, black cartridge paper should do the job. Darren Watson says, I picked up, I think it meant to say Daypole Black Label A4 at the show. Looking forward to running it, along with some repeaters. I did see a lot of A4s for sale.
You're just ignoring me, aren't you?
But none of them were ones that I needed.
Black labels.
Yeah.
So Ravenheart's got an interesting question. What's the opinion on hand-painted back scenes? Are they appreciated, or do people just see them as tacky? I find if you do a good job, it looks good. If you do a bad job, you've still made something. Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
And I've still got most of my back scenes were hand drawn by Les Cliff, who used to be a co-presenter here on the Monday Club before he moved in retirement down to Colville. And they're still here, and they still look amazing. The only back scenes that I replaced were ones where he tried to do them direct to the plywood. I painted the plywood a light sky blue shade, and he attempted to do a back scene in chalks straight onto that, but it doesn't really work because it's not the best.
It's not quite keyed for it, is it?
Yeah, so it didn't really look right. So the only Les Cliff back scenes I replaced were the ones that were chalk direct to painted plywood, but the rest I have kept and do intend on keeping. So yeah. Thank you so much, Simon Pitcher. Very kindly donated £9.99 on the super chat and says, for the non-biscuit fund. Oh my word! Well, I'll put that towards my Baldwin. So I've got to repair it. I have to experiment with that. I might film it as a can we fix it.
Now we've talked about Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes, we have.
And someone mentioned, what's next? Ivor the Engine, the game. Well, Ivor the Engine, the 00 model, is due this quarter, if I remember correctly.
This quarter?
I believe about April is what some people have been saying is the likely date.
Isn't that not Q2? Because
end
January,
Q1.
February, March, April, May, June,
Well, okay.
July,
might be,
August,
might be next
September,
quarter. But people are saying
October, November, December.
there's several people, and I'm not going to name which retailers told me this, but it was 3 of them, that they're expecting them around April. So I'd love a confirmation, but I understand that that's not going to happen.
Right, I know from experience, and there's probably somebody in from Rapido watching this and going, ugh. Because, unfortunately, with the best will in the world, it's not often possible to precisely predict when your container of goods is going to A, arrive in the UK, and then B, clear customs and arrive at your warehouse. It can be a little bit elastic.
It can, yes.
And it all depends on shipping schedules, where else the ship has to call at, whether there's any unforeseen issues. I mean, like when Suez got stuck, Daypol had some models on that boat for several months stuck in the Suez
Canal. And you just
Canal.
know they're just sat there going, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. And then you get the usual keyboard warriors going, oh, this isn't good enough. I've paid my money.
All right, then swim out there and get it.
Yeah. It's like tentatively we'll say April, but don't be surprised if it's like, you know, this sort of envelope of possible dates.
That's interesting. Right on Track says Rails have it labelled as Q3.
Oh, interesting.
That's very interesting.
Amber Occupy Railway says, hi Jenny, have you been tempted into a Bluebell Blue 01 with them being on sale at Rails of Sheffield lately? Can say it's a fantastic model. Yeah, I'm surprised they've got it on sale because they sold so well everywhere that it was actually quite tricky to get that model. Now, I do have one in SECR Grey. It is a great model. I kind of want one of the Bluebell Blue livery, but at last count, put fingers in your ears, Cupboard Monkey. I've got 518 locomotives.
518 locomotives.
Yes, shut up, Cupboard Monkey.
I'm not going to say anything because
you've got a lot of games, I know.
And a lot of games on Skill Electric.
Yeah, actually, Claude Hamilton also says Rapido website says Q3 for either.
Interesting.
So yes. So meanwhile, the guy at Rapido who's watching to keep an eye on us to make sure we don't say anything naughty is going, oh, yes.
Okay,
it's out there.
See, this is the issue. This is what the rumor mill does.
Yes. Yeah. Is the stream sync out a little bit? I don't know.
Probably. We're currently at CPU 74.3% used.
What is something's going on in the background because that ain't normal.
No, it isn't.
We haven't really dropped much in the way of frames, so
yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, the sync is out.
Yeah, Exemkun42 says, wow, I only broke 110 last year. So let's try a different angle. Oh god, yeah, there's a little bit
something is in the background completely screwing us over, and I have no idea what it is because it didn't happen until about 20 minutes before we started.
I reckon that Crapdose is downloading a downgrade.
Well, it can stop because...
What was that?
You knocked something, didn't you?
No, I didn't. It sounded like a thump on the roof.
Could be anything.
Yeah, it could be. On the other side of all of the insulation and stuff is slate tiles, and there's no underfelt or anything because the house was built in like the 1920s. And when they build houses like these back in the 1920s, they would cement render underneath all of the slates. And over many, many years, that starts to crumble and fall off. So occasionally you hear it go doink and slide down. Right. Yeah, as Sarah Hall suggests, maybe it's because I said Epstein, and maybe we're getting a DOS from somewhere in the Mar-a-Lago region of Florida, perhaps.
Florida, yeah.
Yes.
Twinned with Mordor.
Yeah. DJ K666 says, I don't even know how many locomotives I have now. To be honest, I've got a database.
I recommend not...
never add up what you've spent.
Not adding them up because you'll be shocked.
So basically, the only reason I know how many I've got is because I've got a database so I can keep track of them. Right. Big hello to the Growler Blackwood Engage. I think you're a latecomer, so Gandalf. Come on.
Please stop hitting me.
Put the
Please stop.
biscuit box down.
I'll
Leave
put it
some
down
for
when
other
you stop
people.
hitting me, otherwise I'll be knocked. A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Valley's 56XX says, I broke the 200 barrier with a Windhoff MPV and a DB V160. And for me, number 518 was a Bachmann 009 Baldwin number 778 that I bought at Doncaster. And I think the one previous to that was a Rapido fireless locomotive, which, can I just say, actually, the Rapido fireless locomotive is a superb model.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. The only thing, in my opinion, and I will, because the person from Rapido is going, and where's I can't see where my notepad's gone. So they're going. But I don't like the E24 socket. I really don't like it. And for me, that's the only downside on the Rapido fireless locomotive, and actually the Porter pair as well. E24 just feels like a solution looking for a problem. Now, I will get an email from Rapido going, I think you'll find these are the reasons that we used it. And I understand that, but I just personally find it really quite difficult to get hold of decoders, expensive because there's limited supply and limited places you can get them from, and plugging it in, it just didn't want to go in very easily. And I just thought, compared to Next 18, which I wasn't a fan of when it first came out, it must be said, it was so much more difficult to actually get the decoder to see it properly. Now, you've got your hand up there, Cupboard Monkey.
I'm going to weigh in on E24. I like the size of it. It's a very small, very efficient size, and it fits in a lot of things. But you hit the nail on the head with the connector. It doesn't feel like it clicks. And unfortunately, that rendered with you a situation where you thought you put it in and you hadn't.
Yeah.
How many people are going to have a situation where a little bit of a knock or a bad shunting or whatever causes it to come unstuck, and then they've got to open it up all over again?
Yeah, I think once it's in, it locks in, but it's getting it properly in the first place. I don't think it would come loose. Now, one of the things I would like to say is Castle Hill Light Railway. We're just waking up the Gandalf. It says evening all.
Why do I come here? This is ridiculous.
You come for the biscuits, Gandalf.
I do.
Yes, you've
It's
eaten
very nice.
so many.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
What have you done, Jan? What have you done?
I don't know. I was trying to, whilst you were like gazing lovingly at Gandalf. There we go.
Gandalf and I have
an understanding. Yeah, do you? Yeah, has that camera moved? Because that looks like a slightly better angle than it used to be.
Well, you knock stuff on your building stuff.
I don't know. I like that. Actually, can I just say, I prefer that angle. It looks quite nice. I like it.
Okay.
I know that I also had these reservations. I'm a bit of a Luddite. Call me old school because I am. But like Plucks, Bachmann going towards the Pluck standard, and actually Kernow Model Centre with a GWR rail motor did a little bit of this as well. And when we had Graham Musprat on from Kernow Model Centre, I did ask about that, and he pointed out something which I wasn't aware of. And when he said it, it's that was just me doing that. And it made sense. And what he said was that the reason that they went for the Plux 22 decoder over a 21-pin decoder in the GWR rail motor was because the amount of memory available on a Plux 24 decoder compared to the 21-pin decoder was greater. And that in turn meant that they could have a much more fleshed out sound decoder file on that decoder. And suddenly it was like, oh, well, actually, suddenly there's a genuine reason why you might choose Plux 22 over and above say 21 pin, because if you've got a sound profile, you're struggling to make it fit into the onboard memory on a 21 pin decoder, but the Plux 22 offers that little bit more. Suddenly, boom, we have the USP. And I don't know whether what it's like, the E24 compared to a Next 18 sound decoder. I did compare the E24 sound decoder to a regular Next 18 decoder, and it is bigger, but it's the same vertical height as I think it was a Train-O-Matic Next 18 decoder. Spelliak here says, one thing I'd like Rapido to do is to say on their website if their models have die-cast boilers or running plates or are plastic. And Yaharic says, Rapido's instruction books aren't the best. Yeah, I found that as well. I find sometimes the instruction booklets feel a little bit like they were written before final changes were made. So on a number of occasions, they've either missed out steps or overlooked something.
These things happen. Unfortunately, changes at the last minute do happen, and you've got to get the printing done earlier. And that's just how it is.
Ravenheart Modelling says, I'm just here in N-Gauge struggling to fit in an 8-pin non-sound without stabilized. Yeah.
John JMC can do it.
Yeah, John JMC, the guru of sound. Not a problem.
I'm pretty sure that 1-to-1 scale Airfix kit of a fly that was made in the 60s, John JMC could probably fit a sound decoder in that.
Yeah, Ham Shackleton, thank you for sharing the link for the pin badges. Now, people have asked, are we going to be showing any user content?
Well, we're down to 65% CPU usage. Oh, it's gone back up.
70%.
I'm wary of it.
Let's just say, is it downloading something? I don't know, where can we check what it's actually up to?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Please don't open that. Please don't open that.
I don't know what's going on. We don't appear to be dropping frames. Oh, was there some? There was a little red dot on one of the programs.
Yeah, of course there is. That's obscene that it's been that's currently recording, which it is.
Okay, right. Okay.
There's nothing in the notes, so yeah, I don't know what it is.
Something hidden going on. Right. And yeah, Flyman Chairman 1, that's absolutely correct. Remember, to some questions, no is a feasible answer.
Yeah.
Although you're unlikely, although not unheard of, to get a simple yes or no answer from a politician. Although I do remember, I think it was Paxo grilling somebody, and he asked a question.
Did you threaten to overrule him? That was the question. You know why he did that for so long? Partly because the guy had given a non-answer and was trying to flim-flam around it. Partly because the editor was screaming in his ear, "We haven't got the report video ready. Keep him going. String this out."
No, I'm sure there was one thing where he asked a question. You could see he was all ready to do the Paxo treatment, and the guy just went, "No." And it's like, is there anything more you want to add to that? No. I'm sorry, were you expecting me to avoid the question?
Honesty is actually a really good policy.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like you've got, I guess, sometimes there are answers to questions that simply are yes or no.
Yeah.
So, right, anywho, he asked Michael Howard a question 14 times.
Yeah, did you threaten to overrule him?
I remember the interview, but I just can't remember what the hell it was all about.
I remember the interview. Did you threaten to overrule him? Did you threaten to overrule this guy? And
I can't remember what that was all about.
And Michael Howard kept saying, "I didn't overrule him." He said, "I didn't ask you that. Did you threaten to overrule him?"
So basically the answer was yes, but he just didn't want to admit to it.
He couldn't admit it.
Yeah.
It would have caused problems if he'd admitted it.
Yes. So anyway, right, we're just going to investigate setting up for showing some videos. So at the moment, we're just waiting for Gmail to come up. We seem to be okay, actually. I don't think we've dropped out yet today, or if we have, I didn't notice. So pin badges as well, big news of the day. The new pin badges finally arrived. Gosh, that was epic. They should have been here right in the beginning of January. They were in the UK in the beginning of January.
Delays happen. It's just how it is.
But, so, purple ones These are now live on the website. There's still a listing for ochre ones. Whilst stocks last, if you order an ochre one at the same time, we can ship those out, but stocks are single figures. There were 2 green ones that the cupboard monkey found in a random bag whilst cleaning out our understairs cupboard. No idea what they're doing there. Probably from when we went and did a show, something like the Great Electric Train show a few years ago.
This is not working.
Apparently, that's weird. It's not bumped the CPU thing up.
No, but it won't load.
So I don't know what's going on there. Are we actually... What are those marks along the top of the screen? Do you see them there? Is that on the screen? Or
They've been there for years. I have no idea what they are.
Oh, we appear to have screen burn. Weird. So that is chugging along. I don't know what's going on there. Whilst the cupboard monkey is going through that. Valley's 56XX has just bought a purple one. Now have 5 colours. Nigel Cole 1936 placed my order. Thank you. The sink apparently seems fine at the moment. Alex the Train Boy says, how strange. But right, we also have Caledonian Blue. And a lot of people have been asking about these. These are not for sale. Instead, if you want a Caledonian Blue Monday Club badge, what you have to do is be a guest on the Monday Club. And we've been running what we've been calling the check-in. And we've had quite a few people on over quite a while. And in answer to, I've just realised actually, I remembered seeing it. I haven't answered it yet. So, Anthony, if you're still in there, the answer to the question you asked right at the beginning of the stream, and I got interrupted by the cover monkey and forgot to answer. It's from when we received the badges, not going back. So it's not retroactively active. Otherwise, we'll be handing them out like candy. You have to come on as part of either the Monday Club or if you're interviewed, we tend to hand them out. So at some point you might see people like, if we ever got to interview Jules Holland, he would be resplendent in a Caledonian Blue badge. So Jules, sir, if you're watching and you want a blue badge, do get in touch. Get your people to contact our people. We'll do an interview. We'll send you the badge. Everything will be tickety-boo.
Oh my God.
What's wrong?
There's about 30 emails saying payment received for purple badge.
So, low stock warning on the purple badge.
No, it's not.
No, hey, for all you know, each of them's ordered 5.
That's my day. That's my day tomorrow.
So we'll be processing those over the next few days. There's a lot coming in. So Anthony, no, you don't get a blue badge for being on before because that was previous to us doing this. But if you come on again, then you would get a blue badge.
So I'd like to jump in while this is loading up and processing everything. I'd like to jump in and actually explain.
Do you want me to? All right, so we're swapping places then.
No, I'll just jump in next to you.
Do you remember what I said about being careful with my drink?
I was careful. So.
Right.
This doesn't often happen, but I'd like to explain the situation.
All right. Okay. We need to talk.
Hi everyone. So here's the idea: the check-in. It comes from Sven at Tramfabrik. He had a brilliant idea to make the Monday Club more of an interactive model railway club. I know what you're doing. By having people able to come on and talk about the hobby as they see it, or what's really interesting them at the moment, any projects they're doing, things like that. And I love this idea. And Jen agreed with me about the idea of mixing this in with the new blue badges. So, if you want to come on, all you've got to do is email me. We'll work out a time that will work for both of us, and we'll get get you a slot on the show. We're only going to have one person on per week.
Yes.
And it's probably no more than 20 minutes or so like that.
Yeah, we've got to keep it short. I don't want to be on chatting away for hours and hours.
Yeah.
But I think it's great to hear from people in the community.
Yes.
And as a token of our appreciation of just how great this community is, we like to give a little something back. So anybody who does come on as a guest will get
a blue badge.
So we'll either give it to them in person, or
I'll send them out.
Yeah, we'll post it out.
So that's what these are for. These are like our little thank you for coming on and sharing what the hobby means to you.
Yeah.
So that could be you've got a new project that you're doing on your layout, or you've been out and you've built something.
Yeah, or maybe you're part of a model rail club, you organise exhibitions.
Yeah.
Or maybe even you work at a manufacturer. Maybe you're one of the unsung heroes in the background. You can come on and talk a little bit about what goes into designing and making a model. You know, there's a lot of different things that would be great to hear from people, and that's what we're looking to do going forward. So it's super easy to get a blue badge.
It really is.
You just have to be a part of the show. So that's it. So basically you need to actually effectively drop an email to the Cupboard Monkey and
zoe.robinson@gmail.com. It's the same as if you were going for sending us a Monday Club video or some photos or something like that.
Yeah, but entitle your email check-in, Monday Club check-in.
Yep.
And that way we can tell it apart. And Scanman, great to see you. Hope you're well. Hope everything's okay out there in Billings, Montana. And he says, I need a blue badge. Schedule me for a guest appearance. Of course, we need you on. In fact, we had James Regier last week. And we will be sending him a blue badge.
Because
and of course,
we should have had some last week. I'm going
to send Sir Ken of Patterson with the Big Up What's Neat This Week posse, because he's been such a great role model for the community. But also, Scanman, we need to have you on talking a little bit about the state of play in the US with models, and particularly Roker prototype models. We'll get you on. So do remind us and we will sort that out. So there we are. Right. The Growler Blackwood Engage says, I could talk Engage. My fee is quite reasonable. Is it one blue badge?
I'd love to talk Engage. We don't have enough Engage.
Ravenheart Modelling says, do we get a blue badge for sending in packs of dreamies? Well, we cannot be bribed. Well, we can.
The cat can, but we can't.
Yeah, like what's in it for us? Egzenkun42 asks, does anyone know where I can get custom decals? Yeah, there are a few people that do them. Now, I ordered up some on somebody else's recommendation, and I can't for the life of me remember who it was. But they are out there, and I'm sure that somebody more knowledgeable will be able to share that information in the chat. Now, and can I just remind people as well, you don't get a blue badge just for sending a video in. You actually have to be part of the check-in. Peter Jackson Cheadle here suggests Sankey Scenic. So there we go. There is an option for you, Exarkun42. Josh from Double M says, I could talk about the Glyn Valley tramway restoration. 3D printing models being sort of young for this hobby. Probably more too. Well, drop us an email.
Yeah, like I said, drop us an email.
I mean, we've had a few people on over the last 6 months or so, but it's been so tough. So many of you are camera shy. So we thought, what better way than to tempt people out from the railway room and onto this channel is the blue badge, our little way of saying thank you for being a part of this wonderful community. So
Castle Hill Light Railway says Endon Valley custom decals.
So there we go. There is another one, definitely. And of course, you know, if recommended by a Monday Clubber, it must be good.
Unless they're recommending that you jump off a cliff, don't do that.
Yes, but if you're in the market for a decal and they say jump off a cliff, I would take that as a very rude brush off.
Probably not a true Monday Clubber.
Yes, yes. So there we go. Right. We've got our first video. I'm mindfully watching dropped frames. None yet. CPU usage seems okay, but really that is chugging.
This is just not working.
So, Livestream Nick says, I would like a pair of custom etched plates with my sister's name on to rename a loco in her memory. Who can do this for me?
You did get some custom plates done. Some custom nameplates.
247 models. 247
developments.
Yes, which was Mozza Models. Drop them a line. They did some for us. So I think that's probably a good starting place. And normally, Mozza Models is often in the chat. I don't know if he's lurking tonight. but he might be somebody worth contacting. So,
we're going to see if this works, because I am having serious trouble tonight with this. It just doesn't seem to want to do anything.
So this is from Anthony. It says, "Hi Jenny and Zoe. Hello. Hope you are both well. Please see my link below for my latest video. Quick 2 minutes catching class 66, number 66125, with a huge rake moving off from a crossing at Hendon, Sunderland. Nice weathering and graffiti too. And of course, don't forget that the latest versions of the class 66 from Bachmann are arriving in shops at the moment. They posted today about that as well.
So if you press the button, babe.
Hit the lever.
Look at the state of this.
We are just waiting.
This is inexcusable. Whatever's gone on, this is Microsoft messing with things.
Is that even playing?
Look at the state of this. You guys can't see what's happening. I've got a quarter of the video taking up the whole of the screen.
What the heck is happening?
This is Microsoft screwing over us.
So,
Right, I think I've got it now.
Righto.
Press the button.
So hit the lever.
There we go. Oh my goodness! Look at the state of this.
It's like we're on a video phone from Kabul in the 1980s. Yeah. I'm really sorry about the jerkiness. There's something stealing our runtime here without permission. Don't know what's going on. We're going to have to look into this because this is just getting ridiculous. I personally think
it is.
I'm thinking that Crapdos is secretly downloading some crappy downgrade in the background, and that's what's going on. Yeah, video is stepping really badly. Really sorry about this.
It's not a virus, Raymond Legs.
I reckon that Crapdos is downgrading in the background without telling us or seeking permission. Because this is what normally happens when it does garbage like that. So, I don't think we're going to be able to show any more videos.
Yeah.
Because what you're seeing is the kind of garbage that our computer is going to try and do. And Windows is a virus, says Sockfluff. That's probably the case. Zantex says, why not use a second laptop to run videos, then feed that to OBS?
Because this computer has, 8 cores? So 8 CPUs and 2 graphics cards. It should be fine.
Yeah.
It's built for this.
Open Task Manager and see what's actually running.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if it's like 16 different Chrome tabs that haven't closed or something like that.
Yeah.
That is a long rake.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about the jerkiness of this. Josh from Double M says, I'm so glad I'm stuck with Windows 10. Is that not what we're on?
We're on Windows 10.
Yeah.
Microsoft has a tendency to do Monday updates. Yeah, we've noticed that. This gets me back to some of the comments we've had. Remember when I put out that video on Don't Lump Us All in the Same Boat?
Huh?
Where we're talking about the difference between YouTubers and grifters.
Yeah, right, hold on.
Saying,
so I'm really sorry. We're going to have to bail out the videos. It's not working for us tonight. Really
sorry about that, man. Thank you for sending that in, though, Anthony.
So, Almond Bank Model Railway suggests Zoe try disabling Windows Search in service.msc as it could be indexing at the most inappropriate time.
Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I'd like to finish what I was trying to say, Jim.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to get that before it went off the top.
So, when we did that video, I got so many idiots sending comments like, oh, the YouTube doesn't work like that. I have regular meetings with Google. It's like, yeah, my dad works for Nintendo too. But some of the things that came up saying, with your updates thing about the Monday Club, Microsoft don't update on a Monday. They only update on Fridays. No, they stagger the updates. It's been like that for years. We get a lot of people saying very stupid things, and it does annoy me to a certain extent. But what I think we need to do is strip this back completely and do a Linux build.
Yeah, I think you're right. RG Models 86 is Microsoft called the system Windows because that's what the computer ends up going through when you get frustrated. Yeah.
So I'll have to deal with some of that, yeah.
So, right. Raymond Legs 5508 says, turn off hardware acceleration on your browser. Why would there be hardware acceleration on the browser itself?
It wouldn't surprise me. The browser shouldn't be using hardware acceleration, but something jumped off hardware acceleration, and OBS needs it to run. We've turned it back on.
You don't think it's something like the browser doing it, do you? If it's stolen the resources,
Wouldn't surprise me. Chrome is terrible for memory management.
So, just one moment. We're just bringing up Task Manager.
AI may be the reason, but we don't have AI built in on Windows 10.
No.
That's Windows 11.
Right. So what's Runtime Broker?
I have no idea.
Films and TV. See, a lot of these aren't running. Scroll down until you find the one that's like all the percentage. So lots of things at like 0.1, 0.2%. It's not getting scrolled. So,
Power usage high for OBS, well that's obvious.
yeah, but that's only 34%. But you need to scroll down.
I am trying to look through this myself, Jen. What do you want me to scroll down?
The entire box, so I can see what's off the bottom that's taking up all of this. There'll be something in that list.
No, I've got it set by majority to minority. There it is. So there's your running. The top ones are the ones that are causing all the issue. OBS is using almost a gigabyte of memory and 35% of the CPU.
So why is it reporting 62% of the CPU?
I don't know.
According to, I'm just looking down some of the others. They're all jumping around like mad. What is anti-malware?
That's the thing that makes sure that we don't have a virus.
Okay. Qt web thing.
Don't ask me.
To be honest, a lot of these 0.1%. So
they're all just Windows processors. Chrome isn't even using that much of a.
Yeah,
of
look
the
at
CPU.
performance. Go to the performance tab. Top, next to processors. There. So let's have a look at what. And it's just like it's hanging.
Yeah, it is hanging. Something is taking up all of the memory.
I don't get what's going on here. Because this is not showing... Yeah, this is not showing something stealing all of the resources.
Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. So we don't know. We genuinely do not know what's wrong.
Yeah. So we're getting a mismatch between what Task Manager is telling us going on and what OBS is telling us what's going on.
Yeah.
New Mills show is on this weekend. That reminds me as well.
Oh yeah, we have a message.
Do you have the image? So big apology.
It's on Facebook, and you told me to close Facebook.
Okay. So we do have. Let me find. Did I forward it to you?
You sent me it in a message on Messenger.
So, yeah, the Model Railway exhibition at with the Linton and Barnstable Railway Trust West Midlands Support Group Model Railway exhibition, Saturday the 21st of February from 10 till 4. They've got 14 layouts, traders and food available at Blackheath Central Methodist Church, High Street, and the postcode is B65ODF with car park access via Payne Street and John Street. Admission, adults £6, children go free. So we're just trying to bring that up on the screen and move your thing out a little bit and then you'll get more of it in. So just down so we get the banner. Down. Down. Back out so it'll focus. Oh, it's like the golden shot.
I am trying to do certain things, and you are then trying to direct me to do other things.
Yeah.
Linton and Barnstable Railway Trust, and there's all the details. There's what you need.
Yeah. Andrew Moy Jones suggests a system error going on. Maybe
Wouldn't surprise me at all. It could
Yeah.
be anything at the moment.
Yeah. Peter Jackson Shielheath asks Jenny, have you heard about the UK Model Shop's website too? Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The UK Model Shop's website. Haven't used that in probably about 5-6 years, and I think part of the issue has been that it's one guy updating it in his own time. And I think that becomes a thankless task.
It really does. I've been there before doing sites like that. And
yeah, when we were doing TVOX. And it's a lot of work. And I think at some point, after you have a denial of service attack or people trying to steal your website to put all of their porn adverts on, or their Bitcoin scams, or you just get sick of it.
Yeah, or you find that life changes and suddenly you don't have the time anymore. And then you find no one's interested in taking over.
Yeah.
Then you think, well, it's time to shut it down.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, but these things happen.
And I think, I've seen a lot of comments, people saying, I didn't even realise it was still up and running. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes these things have had their day. And there's a lot of great resources, including, for example, RM Web has a section for exhibitions where you can find all the upcoming exhibitions. And Key Model World too, on their website and in their magazines, they've got an exhibition guide too, which you can have your exhibition added to.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff out there, and
I think Key Model World have actually stepped up and said they'd like to take over. But I may have misread what they said. I don't want to speak for them.
Certainly Key Model World have been advertising the fact that they've got the exhibition guide that they've got available. Josh from Double M says nothing will be as simple and perfect as his website.
Yeah. So
possibly.
The thing is, if you want something, and only one person is doing it, at some point you have to say, well, maybe it's time that I helped take up some of the slack.
SHGP Media says, I used it every day or so, quite affected by its loss for info of what's on. Yeah, I guess always going to be a lot of people for whom it really is a great lifeline. But certainly for me, I've kind of moved on to other sources about exhibitions. And yeah, it'll always be a sad loss. But I completely understand that after all this time, it must be a thankless task keeping such a site running. And maybe you just didn't have anybody who was prepared to step up and help out. And that's often the problem.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people say, oh, this is such a great resource. What a shame it's going. And it's like, yeah, but nobody was helping them to run it. We had that with TVOX, where we were the movers and shakers behind it. And a lot of people went, oh, this is a great resource. You should do this. You should do that. And it's like,
I'm sorry, but I'm funding this out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
I'm running it after work. I don't have time.
So, Harp Household suggesting Resource Monitor search and start menu has more info than Task Manager.
Well, we'll have a look later on.
We will have a look.
This isn't live computer defragmenting.
David Scott says UK Model Shops was a great guide for exhibition managers when advanced planning exhibitions. I suppose it is very useful to see what's on and where on which weekends to, more than anything, make sure you don't clash with another local show.
Yes, very much so.
The UK Model Shop site appearance changed when I looked the other day post-announcement, so something has changed, says Paul Harrison. Of course, do remember that the Wayback Machine will also store a copy of that, so it won't just completely disappear.
To an extent.
David Scott does remind us, though, most model guides only show for the month ahead.
Yep.
So I think it will be sorely missed. Hopefully it will get taken on, possibly by somebody like Key Model World or
another devoted activist.
I could see BRM stroke RM Web taking on. I think that that's definitely within their wheelhouse, and possibly even as we speak, somebody like Phil Parker might be looking as to what they can do. So definitely, I think it will live on as a resource somewhere. But I completely understand, that it's been a labour of love for one guy for a very long time. And after a while, you just think it's a lot of aggro. And probably a lot of people might know, oh, why haven't you updated this? And I want you to do this, and I want you to do that. And why doesn't it do this? And why doesn't it do that? And it's like, if you wanted to do that, why don't you chip in and help? So I can completely understand why it's decided to call it a day.
Yeah.
And yeah, Anthony, sad when it happens, people have to spoil things. Yeah, we had a wiki that was user editable, and we ended up with so many vandals, with the Bitcoin Ponzi scheme idiots trying to infect it with their rubbish.
It wasn't even that at first. It was just the anti-trans people decided to completely destroy the website. Thankfully, I had a backup, and it was back up in 5 minutes. But the point was that they did it, and then they did it again, and then they did it again.
And it becomes really quite irritating because it does tend to happen at the least opportune times for you.
Yeah.
Railway Music Lover says, I see Revolution Great Central Railway coaches have been pushed back to Q2 of 2026 instead of being Q1. What tends to happen, I know that the Evolution coaches are on their way. Now, they're not all made at the same time. So the factory will make them in batches effectively, because you can only make so many at the same time. So it makes sense to do a big batch that'll be like, let's say for the sake of argument, 3 liveries. So you produce all of those, ship them, and then the factory is then working on the next 3 liveries, ship them, next 3 liveries, ship them. And that's how it works. Otherwise, the factory would just be completely overwhelmed. And that's not unusual. You see that with different livery options, perhaps being a staggered release from different manufacturers. So what it may be is that for whatever reason, maybe a problem's come up and the Great Central Railway coaches have had to go back through QC, or an issue has had to be rectified, or maybe the printing wasn't up to scratch, so they've had to change the printing tool. Not saying that they've made them all and gone, oh, these are all rubbish, we'll have to do them. It may even be, we made the tempo print and it was very obvious on the first one that there was something not right. So rather than waste a lot of time trying to sort that out and pushing everything else back, if we push that production into the next block, then we can, we don't end up having a delay.
And it's not that big of a delay.
No. Oh yeah, plus Chinese New Year, so all closed for about a month or so, says Peter Jackson Cheadle-Heath. And I was talking actually with Roker Prototype Models over the weekend on Sunday, and they were saying just this, that trying to get stuff out of China before Chinese New Year simply to avoid big delays is a big thing. And I know a lot of manufacturers will be doing exactly the same. So Chinese New Year, massive event in the calendar for Chinese people. I cannot stress how major a deal. This is like Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving, Easter, Valentine's Day, all
and
rolled
your birthday.
And your birthday, Festival of Light, Eid, you name it, it's all rolled into one. This is a big deal for the Chinese calendar. So everything just grinds to a stop because people are doing the family thing.
Yeah.
What you'll find is, I know in the case of Roker Prototype Models, I was talking with them on Sunday. They've actually air freighted at great expense the models into the US to avoid any delays in shipping that it might have run into from Chinese New Year. And I know that in the past, there's been problems with, Bachman's had it, Hornby's had it. Scanman says my latest model run is shipping via air freight today to avoid Chinese New Year delay.
Yeah.
So there you are, Roker Prototype Models. That's what they're having to go to, and that does add cost to the manufacturer.
Yeah.
And I guess that, in the case of Roker Prototype Models, they've done this so that people are not delayed in getting their models, and they will probably bear the cost, I'm guessing. But sometimes manufacturers do that, and I know in the past manufacturers have been caught out and had unforeseen delays from Chinese New Year. And like right now, you've got the keyboard warriors on RM Web whining about various manufacturers and release dates slipping. And quite frankly, this time of year, a lot of release date slipping is because things have suddenly run into Chinese New Year. Maybe it was planned that the production run would be complete before Chinese New Year for shipping. Something unforeseen has happened, and suddenly, boom, you've run into Chinese New Year, and it's delayed by a month or more.
So Speliokia has an interesting point. I don't mind delays if it's to sort out issues, much better than receiving faulty models.
Yes.
Shigeru Miyamoto said something similar about games. A delayed game is annoying until it releases. A bad game is bad forever.
Yes, absolutely. And I just seen Bobby Nomad says hi. I'm very late tonight. Come on, wakey.
The Monday Clubber is never late, Total Wagons. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they need to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And yes, Scanman says very expensive, but worth avoiding an 8 to 10 week delay.
Yeah.
So there you are. That's from the manufacturer themselves. Basically air freighting it in, or have an extra 8 to 10 weeks over and above on the delivery times.
Railway Music Lover says, don't you hate it when Rails of Sheffield send you an email about a new pre-owned that's been added? Then you see something you really wanted that came out a few years before. Credit card is wilting. It's... Yes, but imagine the other side of it, the way Jenny often had with that Gronk that you were searching for years.
Yeah.
You get a message. It's in. They've got one.
And then when you get there, somebody else has bought it before you. Can I just...
Look at her face for that.
Can I just say as well, there was a model that I've been tracking for years and years and years and years and years and years. And then when I finally found it, do you know what I keep seeing at all the shows second-hand? That very model. They've all come out of the woodwork. Now I've got one. It's there going, hello, remember me? And it's like...
You took one for the team so everyone could have one of those models.
Yeah, I must admit, actually, that model, I did see it. And I said to my dad, I said, I searched for years for one of these. And as soon as I got one, look, they're all here. But they did sell actually quite quick.
Yeah.
I know some of the all this like, oh, the hobby is dying. Look at my ClickBank title for a video. The hobby is dead. And it's like, no. If you were at Doncaster over the weekend, no sign of it. I've never seen it so healthy. And the retailers as well were saying that they were taking as much on the Saturday as they'd taken the year before on the full weekend.
That's
so
amazing. Unfortunately, though, the X is dying, or X is in trouble, or X is terrible. Gets clicks.
Yeah.
I've seen it. So far, I've seen it this year. Grand Theft Auto 6 is in trouble. Grand Theft Auto 6 is not out. The Masters of the Universe film is going to destroy the franchise. It's never been healthier, and the film is not even out yet.
Yeah.
Superman's woke now, and DC is dead. It took more in one weekend than all of Marvel Comics.
Can I just say, I'm sorry, but there's a certain person on the internet, anything they don't like is woke. It's like, look at this, my car won't start. It's woke. My coffee's cold. Look at this, woke coffee. And it's like, oh, come on, grow up.
Drink it, then you'll be woke.
Livestream Nick says, got a nice tavern car set. Jolly oh yeah. They are really nice, I must admit, and I did see a few for sale actually on the weekend. The Doncaster show. Can I just say, anybody who wants to go and just have a great time, just trolling through huge amounts of trade, not just, and I'm not talking about the cookie cutter cutout of everybody's got the same new models over and over again, and it gets bored. No, second hand, hard to find stuff. Vintage stuff, but also fairly new stuff as well. The range there was huge, and out of all the shows on the calendar, I will say that if you do one show in a year and you want to have a really good rummage and buy stuff, Doncaster is the show you need to go to. And every year it does not disappoint. Yes, there's some great layouts there as well. And I did have a great time going around looking at the layouts. I have not filmed anything. The reason for this is not just because I bumped into Anthony early on the Saturday. I thought, well, he'll put out a great video. Why do I need to bother? But no, it's just there's so many people who put out great videos. And I thought, you know what, I just want a day off. And sometimes, and this is something that I think every YouTuber will probably sympathise with and really needs to do, is that occasionally you need to have a show that you go to and just enjoy the show, and that's exactly what I did at Doncaster.
And that's why I wasn't there, because I knew that you and your dad needed time just to hang out and enjoy your hobby. So I didn't come along, even though Doncaster is one of my favourite shows. I thought it was important that you had that time.
Yeah, RG Mods 86 says, for years I searched for a Bachmann Green Arrow, found one for a second hand for 80, I think
88 quid, he said.
£88. Perfect, brilliant.
That's it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
When you finally get that thing you've been looking for, ooh, so good.
Yeah, Harrick says Chatham show is good as well, and Heartland 34101 says Birmingham is my enjoyment show. Heartland 34101 as well says evening, so there's a degree of
A Monday clubber is never late, total wagons. Nor are they early. They're right precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And also, Roger Windsor says, have been buying Bachmann split chassis A4s. Seems no one wants them. £40 or less, cheap. Not that hard to convert to DCC or, in my case, dead rail. Yeah.
Dead railing is a big thing for Roger, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because they run on the David Clark, Sir David Clark's model railway. But yeah, I hear where you're coming from. I've managed to convert one in the past. I've got a single Bachmann split chassis one. And I'll be honest with you, it was a horrible job. It still runs rough. And I found with the split chassis models, I've had a lot of things like split axles, meaning that they go out of quartering. I've had that a lot. Even back in the day, I remember buying a Class 04 shunter brand new and having to take it back the following day because the wheels had just all locked up because it had lost its quartering with a split axle. But also, it's not just that, the valve gear. I found the valve gear collapsed on one side of my Dominion of New Zealand. I did repair it, but my model is on borrowed time. I never really run it. But yeah, no, there are some great bargains to be had out there. But I've noticed that we're coming very close to the end of the evening. So just got time to recap that the new Monday Club badges are available. And there's the Royal Purple ones on general release. They're going really quite quickly. There's limited numbers of the Ochre badges. You can now order those at the same time. There is a listing for those on the website. I suspect that the two green ones are gone now, so unless everybody goes, oh, they'll be gone, I won't bother. So for all we know, there's two green ones, but I will warn you, it was first come, first served, and people have had 2 hours.
No one has asked me for them.
How do you know?
Because, like I said, the green ones aren't listed on the website. If you want them, you've got to contact me. No one's asked me. The yellow and purple ones are available on the website. So
there you go. Are you able to actually set a listing but actually tell it there's only 2 after 2 stops?
Oh, I'm not even bothering.
Okay.
The amount of effort it would take to do that is not
so basically you'd need to have a few more for that to be worth your while.
Yeah.
If you want with the Caledonian blue badges, you've got to be a part of our check-ins on the channel. And that's rewarding people who come on and chat all things trains here on the Monday Club. And it's one of our little things to give a little something back to the community. So if you want to be a part of that, you need to email in for the Monday Club check-in in the title and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you'll be coming on to talk about.
And there was someone who said it would only be fair if we sent out blue ones to people who've already been on the show. I'm sorry, but it's not fair on me. I would have to then go through every single video to make sure I didn't miss someone.
Yeah.
Contact all of them, get their details and send the badges out.
Essentially,
I don't have the time.
Our starting point was pretty much, I think Jonathan Newton was the first person we promised a badge to. So
yeah.
From Jonathan Newton's appearance onwards, they're the people who get the blue badges. Bear in mind, we're paying for these ourselves. So, we're not just going to hand them out like candy. But there we go. Rick Morley says, I'm not coming south for any early shows this year, just waiting for Glasgow. So there we go. Right.
Talking about shows we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
Liverpool Comic Con in May.
Oh, the Shat is appearing.
William Shatner's at Liverpool Comic Con this May. I am going to get a photograph.
Oh, wow.
Put a book in.
Yeah, I think my mum might want to come with you.
Okay.
She fancied the shack back in the day.
If she wants to come with me, that's fine. I'll sort that out. But I've got a book.
Can we get right? I'd love to get to the front of the queue, and then take my copy of the Columbo box set that he's in 2 episodes of. I go, you're the Columbo villain. You were on there twice. Please sign my Columbo box set.
Signing's extra.
How much extra?
It's 95 for a photo, 95 for an autograph.
So if you want both, you have to pay twice.
Yes.
Oh man. To be honest, I just have the photo. This day and age, photo.
I'm really wanting a photograph.
Yeah. So anyway, there we go. So take care, everybody. And there's quite a few Star Trek people being on Columbo.
Yeah.
Not always as the villains. Chekhov was on as a detective at one point.
That's cool.
I seem to remember. But definitely Spock and Captain Kirk were both on as the murderers, and Captain Kirk, aka William Shatner, was on twice.
Yeah.
So anyway, good night to everybody. Don't forget that you'll be prompted to go on over to Gamehammer Classic Gaming for the all request Monday night after this stream. So do click the button, do carry on over, and before you go, if you haven't done already, click the like button. Consider sharing to social media as well. Let other people know about the great work that we do here. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then do so. It's a great way to help us out. And of course, don't forget to, if you've got something of great interest to share with the model railway community, then get in touch to be part of our check-ins. And you could be getting your very own exclusive blue Caledonian Blue Monday Club badge.
Which actually looks blue, not black when she silhouetted it.
There we go. It's really difficult to get the angle right. And these cameras, they're just webcams, so they don't exactly give you the greatest picture close up. So anyway, you guys take great care of yourself. Until next time, happy modelling. Bye for now.
the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth. Gronk it up. For what's your Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult.
So there we go. You guys take great care of yourself and happy modelling. So there we are. Hashtag not a cult. Of course. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. So the cupboard monkey is going to step downstairs and we will regale you with some views of Weir Yard as we wait for Gamehammer Classic Gaming to kick off. And then I have to go to bed, unfortunately, work in the morning. I really hate working straight after the Monday Club, but as I boo-booed today, I felt it was only right to do the job tomorrow.
Yes, needs must as the devil craps in your kettle.
Okay, Baldrick.
Right, I'm off to set up for Gamehammer live game coding.
Absolutely. So you guys take great care of yourself, and that's going to be coming up in just a moment. You will, of course, get the prompt to go straight to the Gamehammer Classic Gaming. CPU usage has dropped down to about 37 to 41%, so interesting. Yeah, Ben Tuller, it's my favourite view as well. You might have noticed because I keep showing it. But no, there's definitely a great new angle. And the best thing is that the camera is kind of embedded into the model a little bit. But not to miss out on some of the other views. I like this view as well, actually, to be honest with you. Sometimes it's nice to move the cameras around, and this is, you know, to anybody else who you know, has favourite views of their layout, maybe even has cameras on their layouts, don't be afraid to sometimes move things around, because it gives you a different outlook on your layout that really does kind of, you know, it gives your layout a new lease of life in some degree. And yeah, the straightened kinky view with the kinks taken out. But unfortunately I have to get to bed, otherwise I would have actually been repairing that Baldwin. So that's probably my job for tomorrow evening. I don't know whether I'll record it as a Can We Fix It. I think I'd probably just do it as a Jenny does the project for herself just to get it done. What I need to do is, it's popped one of the LEDs on the headlights, and I think it's because I forgot to put a resistor in on the lighting outputs, forgetting that because I stripped out the circuit board because it was defective, that probably had the resistors on for the auxiliary outputs, and I need to add back in that resistor. So I can do that, but I will need to change the bulb, as it were, which will involve digging around inside the body to see if I can get the LED out and replace it with a nano LED. So we're just getting word that Gamehammer Classic Gaming is about to go live. So you guys take great care of yourself. You'll get the prompt to transfer over to Gamehammer Classic Gaming. And from myself, Gandalf, Gronksy, Topsy, the Tumble of Clowns, and the Straggler, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Keep buying those badges. They're going really well, actually. A huge thank you to everybody who's supporting the badge scheme as well. And take care. Bye for now. Now it's going to take a moment because Zoe closed the tab that actually had my means to stop the stream. And it's chugging, chugging, chugging. Oh, in a moment. No! God, it's slow. Something is hogging all the resources. Seriously, come on. Stupid YouTube. Right, it's chugging like anything, and I can't get to the tab because you closed it.
Right, just end the screen on hold and I'll turn it off.
I'm nearly there. Just give me a moment.
Okay, you do it then. Do you know how to do it?
Yes. So, we get there in the end. Sorry, you heard my side of the conversation, but probably not the covered monkeys. Right, so we're now in a position to stop the stream, so you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.